a new Wyatt Sick6 theory video as we investigate the 7 stages of grief in today's Unmissable.
The world is watching.
Hi guys, I'm Dave in real life and welcome to today's Unmissable video. In today's video we look at a Wyatt Sick6 theory. Of course, we saw last night yet another videotape, an extended part of the interview with Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas, where they seem to be getting on the same page, where Bo has now embraced Uncle Howdy going forward. So yeah, this is absolutely epic. What a great visual that was of them joining together and getting in unison. So obviously there is a big question now of why this has happened. Why has Bo Dallas accepted and letting Uncle Howdy in? And obviously we're going to investigate that in this video. Obviously on last night we saw Nikki Cross delivered that videotape, and of course we saw silhouettes of 3 other members of the Wyatt Sick6. Yeah, question marks on this as well. Obviously, I'll try my best to explain this to you. It is a little bit long-winded, but hopefully you will get the gist of it by the end of the video. And this was an idea and was put forward in last night's live stream by Anna Dawes. Shout out to you. Who, I mean, I didn't even look at this, but there is the 7 stages of grief. Basically you're going through a process of grief. Not everyone goes through the exact same thing. Each person has their own grief mechanism or way of coping with loss. But I feel that this is how this is playing out. We are seeing Bo Dallas's way of coping with the loss of his brother Bray Wyatt. And obviously the freeing of the puppets, which were all Bray Wyatt's mind. Spit it out. I feel that this is him a coping mechanism. Allowing Uncle Howdy in is a way of expressing loss. But yeah, we are going to have a look at the 7 stages of grief. The first one is shock and denial. Obviously, the shock of Bray Wyatt's death has left a lingering factor on Bo Dallas's life. We saw Uncle Howdy last week asking him how he felt about his brother's death, and he said on the lines of, you do not know how I feel. Nobody can feel as bad as I do. I'm totally upset. And everything along them lines, but we've got denial as well, and the denial comes to the fact that he wants to remember Bray, keep the memory of Bray alive. He's not willing to let him go. He's not willing to let him be a mausoleum. He's wanting his name to be still carved in the future of WWE and be on the minds of people going forward. So yeah, this is like a denial of his death. He wants him to stay around and be prominent in this storyline, whether it just be in the distance. So he's like the 6th member at this moment in time, is Bray Wyatt, because this is all in the memory of Bray. So yeah, that is shock and denial. Then we've got pain and guilt at number 2. And I think this is Eric Rowan, the rambling rabbit. The reason why I say this is because obviously Bray, his closest friend, he lost him, and almost a year just before they lost John Huber, who was Luke Harper. I felt that this has hurt him the most out of the current lineup of the Wyatt Sick6. Obviously not being in the company as well, having been released before Bray Wyatt's death, meant that he couldn't grieve with the roster. He couldn't grieve with the people who were with Bray at the time. So yeah, I feel that this is his pain and his guilt for not being there at the final moments. So yeah, I feel like his character is there, and it does carry that mallet with help written on it as well, which I feel that he's not coping very well, that he's now hiding behind his mask, and obviously feeling pain and guilt for what has happened to his best friend. Obviously, he was a part of the Wyatt family, the original Wyatt family, when they came up from NXT. So he has a lot of grief there himself. Then we go on to anger and bargaining. I mean, I'm torn on this one because I didn't really know which one to put in this position, but I have gone with Mercy, and that is Dexter Lumis. I think that he is the brute force. He's the one what they're going to send in to send that message of brutality. He's going to be the one what doesn't mess around out of loyalty to Bo Dallas, of course, Uncle Howdy and the group. And I think he's going to be the bargaining tool. Cross the line with us and we're going to set him on you. He's going to be like the muscle, the real, like, decision-making muscle. They'll send him in to get the job done. So, number 4 is depression. And I've put down Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is a reflection of Abby the Witch, or Sister Abigail, whichever way you want to look at it. And it has been already kind of announced that the mask that she wears has no expression, or she will wear different masks with different expressions on them. And usually with depression, you hide behind that mask because nobody really knows what the inner turmoil is inside you. And I feel that that's the embodiment of this Nikki Cross character, is that we don't actually know her true emotion. The emotions that we will see on her face and not necessarily the emotions that she is going on, which is going off inside. So yeah, they say that depression wears many masks. The fact that we don't know we have depression is a big indicator here. And of course, you could see that with the way that they've already announced that the mask will have different facial expressions going forward. So that's quite interesting. That I feel that, yeah, she represents depression. And then number 5 is the upward turn. The upward turn for me would say Joe Gacy, the Huskers character. I feel like because he's new to the group, and new to obviously the main roster, I feel that he is going to be the new face of this group eventually. It is rumoured that he would be the next Bray Wyatt, so to say. So yeah, I really think that he has got a great future ahead of him if used correctly. He's really good on the mic. He's a great talent. Proved that down in NXT with the Schism angle. His group with the Grizzled Young Veterans, or the Triad, as they eventually were called. Yeah, honestly, Joe Gacy is the future of this faction going forward, and I think that he is the upward turn. Number 6, reconstruction and working through. I think that is just the Wyatt 6 itself. That is the entire faction. All of these guys working together. I feel like this is a little bit of a cop-out, but I feel that they're all going to work together to change things on Monday Night Raw. And of course, get that message across that we are no one, we are everyone. Which is very poignant with this faction going forward. And then we've got 7, acceptance and hope. The acceptance, of course, would be Alexa Bliss joining this faction. Obviously, she had beef or caused Bray issues before he eventually got released by WWE. She cost him his match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Obviously, she is a question mark. Everybody's expecting her to join the Wyatt 6 and obviously make it the Wyatt 6. I see her as the 7th member. That's why I've also included her in this video. As, of course, when we say the 7th member, I include Bray as the catalyst to all of this and should be the one of the 6 members. So yeah, also she also brings in hope. As well as that, as she is like the face, as well as Bo Dallas. She will be the biggest star connected to the Wyatt 6. or the Wyatt 7, as they could initially call themselves. But yeah, I know that, you know, we're not really counting Bray, so it still would be the Wyatt 6. But yeah, I think Alexa Bliss joining this faction she would gain acceptance for the group, and then that would provide hope for the future for this group going forward, and would help, like, with the grieving process as well. I think this is a very poignant thing. I think this could literally go in about 3 stages. Obviously, we'd have shock, denial, pain, and guilt. The middle section would be anger and bargaining, the depression, and then we go into the final stages, which is the upward turn, reconstruction and working through, and acceptance and hope. So yeah, I think there's 3 stages of this, or they could just simplify it and have 2 stages of this: the dark side of it, and then there's the exception, the light at the end of the tunnel. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out in the future. Let me know what you think of the 7 stages of grief, and how you can make it work. I mean, obviously, this is just my take on it. Obviously, I would like to hear what you guys have got to say. Use the comment section below to let me know if you'd switch some of the characters, some of the wrestlers around. Do you think that one fits one of the categories more than the other? I mean, just let me know. I would be happy and grateful to get your views on this. And thank you once again to Manadors for bringing this to our attention. There is some other news. Obviously, something has come to light over the last couple of hours, is that in the backroom segments with Chad Gable, we did see, or we thought to see on the live stream, Mercy the Buzzard on the counter. It looks like that could actually be possible now. We could have seen a Mercy head, as it's just come out that under a truck, one of the production trucks, with the Carmella, is Huskus, the pig boy, the costume that was worn when Bray returned at Extreme Rules. How did we miss this? I mean, obviously now that makes me feel that the Mercy the Buzzard thing was not a fluke, that was also planted there. We now need to keep a very close eye on Chad Gable going forward. Anyway, that's enough of that anyway. I mean, it's just great. The Wyatt Sick stuff is really catching the imagination, even though now they are on regularly on Monday Night Raw. Can't wait to see what happens next. Do we see them at Money in the Bank? Obviously, we are going to be doing a Money in the Bank predictions video this week, and I will explain to you how I would book Money in the Bank. And honestly, it is going to be epic, an epic prediction video. I mean, if they go through with it, we are in for a treat come the weekend, let me tell you. I mean, honestly, it's mouth-watering. Anyway, it's going to be a busy week at NXT. Later on tonight, we'll do the live watch-along for that. And obviously, we'll be back for SmackDown and the further continuous story of that bloodline. I mean, good man. Anyway, I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time, bye for now.